Viruses. Where did they come from? There are many theories. Some claim they appeared in the prebiotic soup environment.
Hey Switchheads, Kanan here and welcome to my review of Virus the Outbreak. Now I wasn't going to actually review this game, but I thought, hey, why not? It's kind of like on the edge here, isn't it? And thus I thought I would try it out just to see whether this is a shameless cash in to try and get people to buy the game in lieu of what's actually happening around us, or whether it's actually quite a decent game and it's been thought about. So why not hit that like and subscribe button, join the Switchheads family as we proceed to see what is what. And as the leader of the Global Health Organization, the WHO, your task is to contain the spread of the virus and save humanity before it is too late. And after a quite lengthy but interesting cutscene to set everything up, we enter the game. Well, a loading screen to enter the game anyway, which gives us little bits of information about viruses and COVID-19. And so we enter the game and it gives us the option to have a tutorial. I would say definitely have the tutorial because this game has a lot to do and a lot to remember within the actual game. So I'd recommend definitely using the tutorial. Now I'm going to try and make this more a what you need to know rather than telling you every little single thing about the game, because that would turn this review into like an hour-long epic. And instead I'm going to try and show as much of it on screen as I can that you can hopefully read or see for yourself. Okay, so as you expect in a game like this, you are micromanaging, well in this case the world, and an organization that wants to develop a vaccine and get rid of the actual virus itself and save the world. And within this you'll be buying, selling, developing, closing borders and making other such huge decisions for your people and the world itself. And so there's a zoom button also so that you can look at the entirety of the map more easily, and you can just move around using the analog sticks as well. And there's also a summary that you can have come up every month or every year. I'm finding that every month is starting to be a bit annoying, so I would change that to every year once you get into the game a little bit more. And how does it play, I hear you cry? Well, it certainly has all the bells and whistles and it's quite in depth, but it's quite challenging in the getting used to how everything works and where everything is to start with, because it's so in depth and there's so much here to read, see and to micromanage. I'm hoping that my first recording of when I first started playing the game kind of like gives almost like how confused I was when I was playing it to start with, but you do get used to it and it does get a lot better in that respect once you've wrapped your head round everything. It's not as daunting as it seems, but it definitely seems more daunting than it actually is. Now I'd definitely say that if you're going to play this game, I'd definitely go away in a quiet corner for at least an hour or so and just play the game uninterrupted. All the information in the game I'm presuming is kind of up to date. It does seem to be like they've taken it from real world. Obviously now they know how all of this is working, they can actually take from the actual scientists that built it. So this game is basically built around COVID-19 if you like, and it's built with the actual information that we know of, but obviously there's bits that they don't know, and yeah, it's kind of weaving quite nicely into each other. I like the idea that you have to give statements to the press and make decisions of either to tell them the truth, lie, or just to muddle through as best you can whilst trying to obviously keep the media under control and to also keep the population under control. Otherwise, you know, you're going to have problems. And then you got these security units, which basically you can have do several jobs, peacekeeping and using them in border control and a few other little different ways as well. Basically this game goes really in depth, and it's up to you whether you think they go too far in depth or whether they've got it just right and just on the money. And for just under £10, I'd say yeah, they probably priced it right from what I can see and what I've actually played of the game. Took me a while, and I will admit this, to get my shenoggin around the actual game, as it was all very daunting and confusing to start with. I can see some people maybe getting a bit disgruntled with the game, and maybe some people saying it's in distaste and the like. But I think it also brings up some good points about the way things are handled, and also the pressures that maybe the governments are actually under at the moment to actually try to protect all their people. Now, I wouldn't say that you should buy this to learn survival techniques or anything from it, but it does bring up some good points in that vein as well. But for enjoyment, yeah, I'd say that I am enjoying the game. I need to sit down a bit longer with it, but so far I am actually enjoying it. I will also say that if you own certain other games by the publisher, then you will get 50% off the actual game itself, which is what I actually bought it for, and I'm not disappointed with that price. Now, I rate games out of 5, and I'm going to give Virus the Outbreak a solid 3 out of 5. This could easily be a 4 for any of you out there that really enjoy this genre. Now, I'm okay with the genre. I would say I'd probably play this a good few more times. But I'm also very conscious that people may be just buying it because of what's happening around us, and maybe because of that it's resonating more with me. Now, I'm not quite sure what would happen if the epidemic hadn't happened, but I'm pretty sure this may not have come out, or if it had, it probably wouldn't resonate so much. This was a very difficult one to review for me. I mean, extremely difficult because of what it is. I want to be sensitive about it. I want to be respectful about it, and most of all, I didn't want to kind of like go in and just say everything about the game, because that really wouldn't be an enjoyable review. So all I can say is I have and am enjoying the game, and I would recommend it, and I would 100% recommend it at $4.99. And then over to you. Have you bought the game? Do you like it? Have they gone too far? Is it too soon? And, you know, any other thoughts that you have within the game. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Become a member of the Switchhead family. That would be awesomely great for me, because you're all wonderful people and you're all great people. And I love you all, and give you a big hug if I could, because life is better when we switch together.